See, here's the thing, right? So I just recently found out what soyjack.party is. I had no fucking clue what this thing was, and I found it out
like
because
the best website of all time, bro.
well, dude, I was researching Goon Clown, which, by the way, might be one of the most horrifying stories. And look, I'm pretty desensitized to everything nowadays. I was watching Goon Clown, I was like, dude, I gotta fucking take a shower or something, or like take a walk and like refresh my brain from who this person is, right?
The Goon Clown stuff is like really, really fucking evil. Like just dark. It's like the darkest depths of anything is like what the giggly Goon Clown is.
Dude, I was gonna cover it, and I was like, it's too much.
Oh yeah, no, it's too much. I think it's too much. Like even reading the script for it that I had to read a few days ago was like, the video is literally gonna be an hour-long video of people being like, I like to rape kids. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
And it's like this person fantasizing about like molesting their niece and shit. Like it's just horrible. It's just the worst thing of all time.
Yeah, chat's asking for a summary from it. I guess since you've done the research, yeah, you did explain a little bit of it. It basically it's just like fucked up, like weird, like trans gooner. Can't say that word seriously. Gooner. It's a gooner. Okay.
So actually, the only person I've seen that's really made a video about this so far is Lanza, of all people.
Why the fuck did Lanza cover this? Are you kidding me? Lanza commissions like fucked up porn if they're like OC or whatever and they jerk off. No hate to Lanza, by the way. I just know that as a fact, which is funny to me.
Lanza, okay, that's true, but Lanza does like the
maybe a little bit of hate.
Lanza does like the losers creeps pedos videos. You know what I mean?
Oh really? I thought Lanza just does like Wikipedia commentary.
No, Lanza's been like doing more like this disgusting furry did this lately.
Oh, okay.
They kind of are trying to be like Mama Max type thing lately, which is, I mean, you know, pretty fine. So basically what happened with the Giggly Goon Clown, okay?
Oh no.
Here's what happened with Giggly Goon Clown. So there's this person on Twitter named the Giggly Goon Clown who's a part of the gooning community. Now, Augie, are you familiar with the art of gooning?
I wasn't before, and I'm still not now. It's just people that like to jerk off, right?
No. So jerking off is one thing, okay? Gooning is specifically jerking off for hours and hours and making it like your lifestyle. And they believe that once you goon for long enough, you reach a sort of meditative state.
A meditative state. It's enlightenment.
They believe that you reach a meditative state of enlightenment through gooning. And so their whole community is also based on like getting off to like increasingly depraved shit. Like porn addiction is their life. It's their lifestyle. Porn addiction is like a huge thing to them. It's important.
So they turned porn addiction into like a religion.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
You silly Billy. So,
are you okay? Are you gooning right now?
I was just.
Are you like doing this currently as we're speaking? Like, what's going on there?
Dude, look, Smaggle sent me some really good furry porn. I just want to save it real quick before he deleted it off the Discord DMs. Okay.
Holy fuck.
He sent me a new Whitney, Wisconsin video. Straight fire. Check it out on my new website, turkeytown.net. Okay. So basically, Giggly Goon Clown was a Twitter account that was dedicated to talking about this kind of stuff, like talking about like, you know, their fetishes. They had like a Discord server. They were friends with all these people. They weren't like huge or anything. They weren't like a huge account, but they had like 7,000 followers, like 7,000. So like it's like a decent following, like more Twitter followers than like most people from our community, right?
Right.
And all their followers are just obsessed with like Coomer stuff, like jerking off, whatever, right? That's their whole shit. Okay. So
this sounds a lot like Tipster. I'm not gonna lie. Tipster has been obsessed with jerking for like years, dude. He'll go on stream and talk about his porn preferences for like hours and shit. I'm getting some strange, you know, ideas right now.
Related to Tipster and Keffels, another part of these people's identity is also tied to transsexuality. Now, a lot of people will say, you know, like being trans is like whatever. And there's definitely a lot of like innocent trans people. These particular people were trans for the explicit purpose of getting pussy, and they use their identity as a way to like get into women's bathrooms.
Chris Chan mode.
Yeah, exactly. Chris Chan mode. So they're straight up evil. So Soyjack Party finds this person's account, the Giggly Goon Clown. They think they're funny as fuck. They're like, this person's retarded. Look at all their posts about like sniffing farts or whatever, right? They thought it was really funny. So they decide to start posting about the Goon Clown. Okay, they decided to start posting. And Goon Clown gets mad all of a sudden. Goon Clown's fucking raging. They're like, what the fuck's going on? They don't know what's happening. And so Soyjack Party keeps memeing them. They keep memeing them. Eventually Goon Clown starts like blocking all of them. They change their name from Giggly Goon Clown to Silly Gay Clown on Twitter to like try to avoid them. But Soyjack Party doesn't give a shit. Wow. They think they're hilarious. And as Soyjack Party does in every scenario.
Soyjack Party, by the way, is like a Kiwi Farms like website?
No, it's more like Soyjack Party is an alt-chan, so it has the same format as 4chan, like the same kind of code. Basically, it was just created to like share Wojaks. Like they just find Wojaks.
Yeah, they
really
make
funny.
all this like weird fucked up art. Dude, there's a lot, there's got to be a lot of these like Soyjack fuckers in my chat because I see these memes on Twitter all the fucking time, and they all like use this coded language that when I started researching the Goon Clown shit, I was like, oh, they come from this website. All right, I understand.
Yeah, so they have a coded language around coal and gems. So coal being bad and gemmy being good. They say this one's a real gem, real gemmy. Okay. They also really like the built for BBC meme. This is a big one.
I like that meme
too. Well, it describes your lifestyle. But I actually once posted on Soyjack Party. Me and my girlfriend were like bored in a hotel room, and because they post a lot about me, I was like, what if I self-post there? So I did, and immediately the entire thread was like, how do we dox him?
Nice.
They did not successfully dox me, but it's kind of like an endearing thing. Like they dox people for any reason. Like it doesn't really matter.
It's like a symbol of respect. If they dox you, that actually means they like you.
That means they love you.
Right.
So because they love the Goon Clown, they're like, okay, we're gonna dox this person. They successfully dox them, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna hack their Discord, and they do. And what they find is a bunch of child porn.
Okay, great, awesome.
They find a server that's also full of
I mean,
pedophiles.
not really surprising if you look at their fucking Twitter page. I mean, weren't they like publicly fantasize about like raping their dad and shit and all this other like literally like they would fantasize about raping kids. I guess that was in the Discord that was all hidden. Like publicly they were just like a coomer, but privately they were like a fucking child porn.
There was this one
consumer.
quote about they were like, I can't wait to rape my crack addicted dad under a bridge or something.
Yeah.
Like, they were crazy. And the thing is, like, the end result of all porn addiction is pedophilia. That's my belief. Like, if you just go further and further down, because it's like it's the ultimate taboo, right? It's the ultimate taboo.
Well, porn is supposed to like desensitize you to like all kinds of fucked up shit. If you watch a lot of porn, it will make you gay, for instance, right? Like that's also a thing that happens.
That's what happened to me. And apparently that's what happened to Goon Clown too. But no, so basically...
That's real, by the way, because you're jerking off to you see other people's penises, you're jerking off to it. It's like, oh, it's straight. What do you mean? No, it's all gay. You're jerking off, looking at penises, it conditions you to become gay.
If you look at your own dick when you piss, like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro?
That will also condition you, but it'll take a lot longer.
I don't even know how big my dick is, okay? I've never even seen it in person, okay? I've only seen it through underwear. That's it, you know? I can speculate as to its massive size and girth, but I don't really know. I don't truly know.
Yeah.
Because I won't allow myself to touch it. But anyway, so Goon Clown gets exposed. They kind of go into damage control mode. They start deleting shit. They run. Soyjack Party reports them to the FBI, and as Soyjack Party goes through their messages, keep in mind this is not a small amount of messages. They hack them, and there's 170,000 DMs on their Discord account. So there's a lot. Some of that is in personal DMs. Some of it is in servers. But the biggest one is in Giggly Goon Clown's Cringe Circus, which is a server they would invite people to. And the majority of the users were like active on Twitter. I'd say about 20% of them were talking about molesting children, maybe a little less. There was talk about every fetish. I actually have a list of the categories that were in this server. And I can read these to you. They're pretty fucking, I mean, they're just pretty fucking wild like that. I don't know how else to put it.
The thing is like I saw this like screenshot, right? That it's like this one like infographic where it has like all of their most fucked up tweets, their most fucked up ideas or whatever. It also has their docs like spammed all over the fucking thing. So if I were to pull it up on stream right now, I would easily get flagged. But yeah, just that image alone, just the teaser of it was like enough for me to be like, all right, I'm done researching this. This is fucked. This is like beyond.
Let me read the list of channels in their Discord. So, you know, when you guys start a Discord server, okay, you're probably going to have stuff to the effect of like general chat, maybe like a gaming one, maybe like a drama channel, maybe you'll have like a memes, like
normal people
stuff, okay? Here's what they had. They had lewd gaming, 2D humans, 2D furries, captions, animated, audio, cringe, IRL, gay porn, AI, autism speaks, block sexual, BNWO, which I think is something having to do with black men and white women, crap, clussy, corpo worship, diaper sexual, drug addicts, emoji sexual, feet, feral fuckers, fursuits, hog sexual, hypnosis, latex, macro, objectophilia, photomorph, pink pill, plushophile, satanism, scat, vor, Bugs Bunny, FNAF sexual, as in Five Nights at Freddy's, Fap Night as in Fortnite, Homestuck as in the Tumblr comic, Pony sexual is in My Little Pony, Sonic sexual is in Sonic Josh, Stitch, as in I think Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Why?
Memes, DM me, and hook up. Just like the worst thing of all time. Like I don't really know how else to say it.
You've got to be
worst.
like beyond the pale. You've got to been jerking off since you're like fucking 5 years old to be into all this shit. But you got to be at the end of the line.
So let me tell you where this starts for them. So by going through the DMs, I managed to find messages of them talking about, I mean, this is according to them, I don't know if it's true, but they appear to be someone repeating the cycle of abuse because when they were very young, I think they were molested by like their babysitter, according to them. So yeah, basically from there, they were molested when they were like 10 or 11, and then that kind of turns them into like a porn addict, and before the age of 17, they're kind of trying to get away from it. And then the final thing that kind of pushes them over the edge is in the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. They run out in the middle of the street while they're jerking off. They only have shoes on. They're jerking off outside alone at night, and they come and they go, "Hail Satan!" And that's like the point of no return for them. And past that point, they just
obviously everybody in this server is demon possessed. I mean, you didn't have to tell me that. Like, it's obvious. Like, that's just fucking real too, by the way. I mean, look, chat is getting on my ass right now because they're like, oh, whenever Augie talks about anti-porn stuff, he sounds cringe and conspiratorial. It's all fucking real, bud. It's all fucking real. You look at that shit, I mean, this is where it fucking sends you. Now, not everybody goes down this far. Most people don't even come near this territory, but I mean, look.
Most people stop at like farts, which is a crazy point. Which is a crazy point to say that you stop at. Because that shouldn't even be a thing.
Don't pat yourself on the back if you stopped there, okay? Don't act like, oh, don't worry, I only stopped at farting and fat fetish and all this weird shit. Right? You're still fucked, but just because, you know, it could get worse doesn't mean that you're not already a piece of shit. Dude, the porn obsession people have online, it's gotta fucking stop, man. It actually has to. Like, you can't fucking defend any of this shit, right? Like, when I see people talking about jerking off, that should be a shame in and of itself. Like, you should be banished from, like, any decent society. You should be, like, categorized into, like, a group of, like, do not interact because it only leads to worse and worse things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like promiscuity is talked about a lot, but like porn isn't talked about enough. Like casual sex is really demonized, but I feel like porn is not as huge of a talking point as it should be.
I mean, look, dude, at this point, it's like
sex. At least it's in real life.
Exactly. It's like, okay, it's just like you gotta draw the line in this fucked up world somewhere. It's like, okay, so if you go to like a page, like I don't know, where some guy's just like, I don't know, Andrew Tate's talking about the woman he has sex with. It's like, yes, I will take anything. Like promiscuity, who cares at this point, right? Like with the internet and all this fucking weird like subspace of shit, like giggly goon clown, all this, no.
So kind of the way that this blows up a little bit is it's talked about on Soyjack Party, and then Soyjack Party starts running into issues. Soyjack Party gets dropped by their host. They get dropped by, I think their DDoS protection gets dropped. Someone starts actively DDoSing them. Someone shuts down the site and then starts it back up and starts spamming it with CP. There's like a concerted effort to deplatform Soyjack Party so nobody can talk about this. Valid Els is the biggest person to talk about this. Now, they did get things somewhat, I think they took the focus away a little bit from where it should have been. The focus should have been on the Goon Clown. Because it's Valid Els, they instantly were like, Finster and Chris are Mr. Beast. Finster and Chris, as far as I can tell, were not involved in this. I know there's been some other story about Chris being a Shadman fan. That's pretty deplorable, but that's just not related to what we're talking about. The thing I'm most concerned with in this case, like, is the actual child molesters and child groomers, which as far as I can tell, the Goon Clown is. As far as I can tell, they are into lolly. They are into, you know, Shota. So they are like a really gross person. Undoubtedly
well, not only disgusting. Are they, I know about the Ella, like the trans porn star or whatever. Not only are they into that, but they're also into like their fetish is like getting children addicted to like porn or whatever, and they talk about that.
So it's called.
So
EPI.
in my opinion, they're like fucking, you know, I mean, face the wall type shit. Like in my opinion,
I agree. They're fucked. Like God, I think God should do something to them. But that being said, by comparison, they didn't actually message a child from anything I can see. And the thing I'm more focused on, just in this case,
well, how did they get these children addicted to porn though if they didn't message them?
They didn't get anyone addicted to porn.
So it's just like a fetish or what? Like what were those DMs about then?
They may have indirectly just by having their like Twitter account.
By being a porn star?
Goon, and they did brag about that, and they were like, that's hot, and that is disgusting, and I do read that in the video. But Goon Clown personally messaged children and groomed them.
So just a wonderful mess of people. And what Valid Els was doing was because the trans porn star, and I forget their name, Hollywood Ella or whatever. Anyway, this person hung out with Chris from Mr. Beast.
I don't think you understand.
Finster.
Ella Hollywood is the trans famous porn star.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know. I forgot what their name was or whatever, right?
Oh, okay.
But they hung out in like April before all of this shit with the GoonCon thing got exposed, right? So the Valid Ellis was saying that Chris from Mr. Beast and Finster are part of this giant pedophile network, and that's what you're responding to.
I mean, I'm basically just saying like the focus really should be on Orion Grant Passmore, the giggly goon clown. Jean Hollywood is like being talked about more because they're famous, but
sorry to start the stream off with such dark material, chat.
But like it gets it's just so like maybe
it's
I'm
disgusting.
just fucked from like comparing it, but like there's just like 10 times worse people in that server in the situation. So I'm just more concerned with the people who like physically committed a crime that hopefully could be arrested or something. You know, as far as I can tell, this person didn't commit a crime. Even if they're like
it should be a crime.
Disgusting and even if they're disgusting and I mean it should be a crime. They should be in fear of their life, in my opinion.
Dude, I opened up my stream today. I was talking about the Mr. Girl shit. I don't know if you saw that, right? Like his new article, which is obviously
actually I have that on my timeline.
Yeah. If you're planning on discussing that or whatever, I don't know. I looked at the article or whatever. I was like wondering. I was like, did I make a mistake? And even though when I platformed this guy, I was obviously to like fucking argue with him and point out like why his logic is like fucked or whatever, right? But it's like even just like platforming a guy like that. Like I look back at that, I'm like, did I make a mistake doing that? Like was that fucked? You know what I mean?
I feel like looking back, like I don't know. It's hard to predict where things are gonna go. Like you could just like
because it's like you have this idea. It's like all ideas must be debated. They must be countered. They must be attacked. Whatever. It's like some ideas should not be debated. They should just be fucking actually deplatformed. Like I fully believe that now.
I think you just have to act accordingly, case by case basis. I mean, realistically, Mr. Girl has been deplatformed, right?
Yeah, from YouTube and Twitter a bunch of times. I think he's back on Twitter now though.